He took it apart to replace this seal. He went way further than he should have. He had to purchase this one. If you do that and you have to buy a reman hand pump, at minimum they are $1,000. We have an 86 series steering hand pump here, and all the time they leak out of the bottom here. When they leak out of the bottom here. Up here in Wisconsin, when it gets very, very cold, I have noticed when it is very frigidly cold outside, they'll leak here. And the reason being is because underneath that is this big rubber seal. And that's what seals these two surfaces together. And, you know, when it gets cold, the rubber shrinks and loses its sealing capabilities. And also on these steering hand pumps, there are two different sizes of these seals. So we got that seal, and then on the top side we're going to replace that seal. Funny story about this steering hand pump is that there was a guy who had an 86 steering hand pump. He took it apart to replace this seal. What he did when he took it apart was he went way further than he should have, and he could not put it back together. He made his steering pump useless, and he had to purchase this one. What is not so funny is that if you do that and you have to buy a hand pump, at minimum they are $1,000. So yeah, if you were to do that, I would think you and your wife would have a very bad day, and she would probably call you names. So we want to avoid that. We're gonna clean her up, and then I'll be back. Just follow along. Nice clean rig here. Got like 20 bolts there. Ooh. Pop that top off. Here's what I'm going to do here. We'll check out our surface on the main body here, and I think we will give it a relationship with some sandpaper, a quick one. Remember when you were in the grocery store when you were a kid and you were looking at all the candy and you just had to touch them? But your mom always said, don't touch nothing. That's kind of what you want to do here, is don't get too curious. What you don't know, you don't need to know. That's pretty much it. That's good. Looking great. Gonna clean the inside a little bit. You just don't want to go overboard. Okay. And with my clean hands, I'm just going to apply some grease. Yeah, just like that. Gonna just give her a little bit in here. I got my big ass seal here. A little bit of grease. Then we're gonna pull a dunk it back on. See, that seal sticks up, oh goodness, probably 3/16 of an inch. That's exactly what we want. Okay, line that pin up with the hole. Pretty much, that's what we gotta do. We'll even lube them up. Because we're good people. That's what. Good people oil their threads. Not many people know that. All right. Yeah. I'm just turning everyone just a slight bit. We're just slowly sucking it down. Here's one tip. Don't try this in the tractor. It will not work. Bob. Hell yeah. That is spectacular. Now I guess we're gonna do the top. That is handy. If I had a third arm, I would be using it. So I have a 9/16 socket. That's what I got. And I was fortunate enough to find one of my roll pin punches, which is always a kick-ass deal. I need a deeper Weller sock at, we'll go with a 58. 5/8. Boom. Successfully have driven the roll pin out and dropped a bunch of shit. That rubber cap is cool. Don't want to lose that. Sabotage the whole operation. So we got that, that was just like a dust seal there. And trying to pull out my snap ring. What a pain. Alright. New snap ring pliers. That's what we were talking about there. So now I'm going to give her a little spin. Probably can't because I got my caps on. I cannot turn that. Could there be a chance that I have the bottom on too tight? I would say yes, there's a great chance that's what's going on. That's why you don't want to just torque them. We're just going to loosen these. I had it set at 25. See, okay, now we can turn it. Let's figure out what's going on here. Okay, so I had it torqued to, not gonna lie, I had it torqued to 25. We want them torqued to 20. All of this wasted time. We'll never be able to recover. Let's come to the bottom side, or top side. We're going to give that a little bit of a turn, and sometimes that brass washer just kind of falls out, kind of like so. I believe the purpose of that brass washer is kind of to keep your steering shaft there in line. I'm going to give our shaft a little bit of a turn. While we turn it, the thought is that the seal, that rubber seal in there, will come up, and we can take our favorite pick and pick it out. What may help is if I use my other favorite hand, so I can use both. This is kind of like a game at a carnival. It's hard to win, but there we go. So there is our seal. There is a top and a bottom to the seal. You want to make sure that goes in the correct way so it can seal appropriately. Yeah, I do know on like, there's one time I was working on a 66 series hand pump, different from this one, but it was having a really hard time getting it to seal. And eventually what I was able to do is put another washer. Yeah, I put a shim in there so the seal sat in a different spot on the shaft because the shaft was a little bit worn. I don't know why I'm saying that. I guess I'm saying that to look at the shaft, see how worn it is. This one looks really good. I don't know if you could actually use that technique on this one. That would be absolutely fine if I never found out. I'm gonna press it in there. I could probably take a socket and push it in. I don't feel like walking over to the toolbox to grab one though. And I think I'll be just fine not doing that. Because there goes my brass washer. Okay, I'm just gonna go grab a socket. Got my socket. Tapping her in. Just about there. Linking that. Got my snap ring. Going to put it in there. Put her down in there. Give her a little twirl. Got my dust seal. I don't know what kind of material or where that material came from there. Get it out of there so nobody else has to wonder. Got a rope in here. Just get that started a little bit. One good tap. Wouldn't want to do that. Wouldn't want to. Wonderful. And there we go.
Don't you take that fruit he's holding in his hand. Just one bite and you'll be swinging with the band.
The other cap on there. And there we go. Look at us go now.
That's when you get the hit that makes you feel alright.